video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. At Vacation Genie, we believe digital currencies are meant to do more than just sit in your wallet. They're meant to take you places. We want to help you step into the future of cryptocurrency spending, as travel is one of the top categories for spending your crypto. It provides you with the best ROI, lasting memories. Make sure to check out Vacation Genie today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Monday after a beautiful weekend where Bitcoin was holding steady and actually yesterday hitting $105,000. And we're dipping a little bit at the moment. We were just green a few minutes before it went live, of course. But we still have some news for you nonetheless. A lot of it actually is going to be international news, where one Japanese company is outpacing El Salvador in the amount of Bitcoin that they are buying. We also have the ex-UFC champion that wants to take over Ireland and put in a little idea for the people to think about, which is a Bitcoin reserve. We also have Taiwan lawmakers thinking about a Bitcoin reserve as well. We'll also dive into Gemini expanding into Europe. We have BitGo in Germany. We have Meta throwing some hints out there that they want to join the stablecoin race. And how does our favorite Liz Warren think of how does she feel about it? We'll also jump into Coinbase as they discovered some files that we need to look at for the sake of transparency and how people were thinking. Also, the Donnie T family benefiting from their crypto ventures. We'll dive into that, as well as our spotlight today, which is the China. Hold on, I have the sound.
China.
The China and U.S. trade deal, the tariffs, what's happening there. We'll also dive into our coins to watch. Apparently, Donnie T and RFK are going live right now, but we'll keep an eye on that and see if the markets react as we are going on with the show. So if you're ready for the Zest, the news, the education, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, share this stream out with friends, say hello to me in the chat below, say good morning as I say good morning to you, and check out our three amazing sponsors of the show, Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off, and then head over to Vacation Genie. Guys, their survey is still live before Bitcoin conference, so please make sure you enter that survey for a chance to win one Litecoin. Your answers are confidential. We also have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal of 20,875. We are pimping right now. Hello, Zools. Hello, Confused. Hello, everybody over there on TikTok. Let me say good morning to everyone here on YouTube and Rumble. Please make sure you're checking us out on Rumble. There's no thumbnail. There should be. Yeah, it says that there is on my end. Interesting. Yeah, there's a thumbnail there. There's a thumbnail on Rumble. I see it. Maybe you have to refresh, Black Hat, but thank you for that. Let's see, who do we got out here? I want to say good morning. Oh, you guys see like my little pink straw, guys. I got Dutch Bros. There's a new Dutch Bros where I live, and I got it yesterday for free because when you download the app, this is a little plug for Dutch Bros. I'm not sponsored, but if you go to Dutch Bros and you download the app, you do get a free medium coffee, and I believe they're priced the same. I don't really know. But this morning I got a small iced latte and it's pouring rain. So usually I go out, do a little coffee walk, but I couldn't do a coffee walk. So I did a coffee drive and I got a little Dutch Bros. It was so awesome. It was so awesome. So shout out to Dutch Bros. Sponsor us. Be our coffee sponsor, Dutch Bros. All right. We have Brian in the chat, Mike Volmer, Silver Days. We have Carl Elder, who is an official member of the fam. He had to renew his membership. Thank you. Shout out to Black Hat, as always, for his help. And Jesse. Guys, if you want Jesse to be happy, you need to make sure we get to 150 likes. Jason said it's going to rain all day. I know it's pouring over here, dude. It was nasty this morning. It was darn nasty. I was, like, worried because I just did my hair and everything, and then I was like, oh, it's just going to get soaked all over again. Women understand. The curly girls especially understand what that frizz. We got who else in the chat? I'm so distracted, sorry. Haven, good morning. Grandpa, good morning. Guys, we have a community after show today, so please make sure you guys hop in the Discord. Member or not, you are invited. Gary's on multiple platforms. Bobby F. We got Chipper, Sola Hefe, Auto, Cough Cough, good morning. Curtis, good morning. Aquarian, nice to see you. Mike Mazzone is over there on X. I hope Yukio's there too. Yes, they are. Geo, good morning to you over there on X. This is Giovanni, not the Geo, but he is the Geo too. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Who else is here? OG Revenge, Andy S., Mark Smithson, Rob C. Litecoin to 1,000, OG says. Oh, pamp it. Oh, pamp. I'm with it. Backup says, I need me a membership. I'm having emoji withdrawals. Oh, backup. Hopefully we get some membership rain for you. Terrence, good morning. You know what? I'll do this. I'll do this. If we get 150 likes today, I'll drop 5 memberships. I'll drop 5, and hopefully y'all get them. Bullduck, Eric, good morning. Alex Collingborn, screaming that he's bullish over there on the X.com. Love to see it. Bobby Flash is here. We have Crypto Princess. Hello. Hello, my Crypto Princess. Good morning. I can't wait to see her. Crypto Princess and I are going to hang out in Vegas. Who else? We have John Old White. Good morning. Everyone, good morning. Love it. Guys, good morning. So much love to every single one of you. I am pumped. Mondays are for the Bulls. I think every day is for the Bulls. All right, guys, let's get after it. We have JC in the chat. I know we're a little bit slow this morning, but be positive. We're still here. We're getting after it. Bitcoin is pumping right now. Right, Tyler Fitzpatrick? We're going to jump into the show right now. Right, Timp, over there. Let's jump into the show. We're going to go into the market recap very briefly. Then we're going to jump into our headlines. And then we'll talk in the after show. Whiff, pamping up 30% today. Right, Raphael? 30.5%. Floki up 15.5%. Oh, sorry, hiccups. We do see our Pepe up 8% as well. Form up 13%. So we got some nice little movers over here. I love to see the hourly is mostly green. The day is mostly green. The week is mostly green. Oh, look at that week. Love that. Pepe, oh, not Pepe. Well, yeah, Pepe's up 80%, but Whiff up 117% in the week. Oh, shoot. That's ridiculous. Shane says Bitcoin will launch. I'm ready for the launch. Looking over here, we are approaching our golden zone for Bitcoin. Again, our golden zone is where we want to break through that resistance, create support, hit all-time highs. Our golden zone is at around $106,100. If we hold support, then we are looking to target our all-time high, which is around 109K. That is our current all-time high. We need to create support at that 106. Now, our current high for the day is $105,787. So you know how close we were? We were about $400 off from our golden zone. So Bitcoin's gearing up. She is gearing up. We're currently at $104,400, up about 0.25%. Again, bullish scenario 106.1. Bearish is right here at this 101.3. That is still a great level to hold. We've been holding above 100,000 all weekend. We're in a slight little uptrend going up right now. I am absolutely adoring it. James says, I'm new to crypto. Can I ask a question? Of course you could, my friend. Of course. Ask away. Also, go to YouTube and go in the description, join our Discord, because you can ask me anything in the community after show on Discord. So join the Discord, and right after this live stream ends, we're going to be talking in there. So you can ask me whatever you want. Also in the live chat. Thoughts on XRP? I mean, we could look at the chart. I don't like the personal mission of XRP, but I do think that they'll probably make it very far. It's currently 259. Our golden zone is 275. So if we hold support there, we have a good shot at the all-time high of 340. Over here, we do have a red dot actually printed on our momentum for Bitcoin. We'll see if this actually plays out. Our money flow is a little stagnant today on this Monday, but still doing quite well. VWAP is below that zero line, which does give me a little bit of a scare along with our red dot. It's a bad combo. The RSI, though, is overbought. So when you have an overbought RSI, there is an increased likelihood of an incoming downtrend. Now, if that downtrend does happen, you want to hope that we hold that 101.3. Bearishly, we're looking at 97, which is where we had a lot of selling pressure over here at 97. If we go below 100K, of course, everyone's going to scream and cry on Twitter. It's a messy day to trade, I'm telling you. And so if you're using leverage, you better watch out. You better watch out. Keep calm, hodl on, bullish, bearish case scenario, all the yada yadas. We're going to jump into our breaking news headlines. Let's do it. We're going to talk about MicroStrategy before we dive into our international headlines, which is really basically a lot of our headlines. I would say like 95% of them today. And of course, Michael Saylor stacking up $1.3 billion of Bitcoin this morning on behalf of Strategy. Strategy has acquired 13,390 Bitcoin for $1.34 billion at about $99,856 per Bitcoin and has a Bitcoin yield of 15.5% year to date. And as of yesterday, they hodl 568,840 Bitcoin acquired for $39.41 billion and about $69,287 per Bitcoin. And of course, you got Peter Schiff throwing some shade in the comments saying, your next buy will likely push your average cost above 70K. The next leg down in Bitcoin will likely push the market price below your average cost. Not good considering how much you borrowed to buy the Bitcoin. When you sell, small paper losses will become huge, real losses. Oh boy, like calm down, Peter Schiff. Especially you go on Peter Schiff's website and he accepts Bitcoin as payment. Such a gold bug, and he hates Bitcoin so much that he accepts it as payment. And then when Bitcoin like really moons, he always goes, oh, you know what? Like maybe Bitcoin's not the worst thing after all. Like Peter Schiff is all about the clout chasing, bro. He's all about the clout. Gotta give it to him. He markets himself very well. But I don't take his word for gospel at all. John Legend, good morning. Let me really quickly do this before we go into our international news, when technically she is international as well. Guys, check out Crypto Princess, my friend. Can you guys go follow Crypto Princess? Can you be like cool people and follow her? I know you guys are all cool anyway, but you would be even cooler if you gave her love. So there you go. Go give her a little subscribe, a little subscribey. We're going to go and talk about Metaplanet, who follows Strategy's strategy of acquiring Bitcoin. They aim to be one of the largest corporate holders of Bitcoin in the world, and they're probably at this point the largest Bitcoin holder corporately in Asia. They stacked more Bitcoin, and they're actually overtaking El Salvador at this point. And this is what I try to tell you guys all the time. These companies that are acquiring Bitcoin, they'll be more rich than most countries someday. Watch and mark my words. Metaplanet overtakes El Salvador with a $126 million Bitcoin purchase. Now, again, this is the Tokyo-listed investment from Metaplanet, adding another 1,241 Bitcoin to their treasury, spending about 18.4 billion yen, or about $126 million at currency exchange rates, in their latest purchase. The acquisition brings their total hodlings to 6,796 Bitcoin, worth over $706 million at current market prices. That has sent it above the Bitcoin stacking nation of El Salvador's stash of 6,174 Bitcoin, according to their Bitcoin office showing us. Now, they did buy 7 Bitcoin last week, being, again, they do buy 1 Bitcoin every day, El Salvador, despite the IMF and their little deal that they got there. So that's your little sip of tea. And a little example, again, about how some corporations will become extremely wealthy due to the fact that they are acquiring Bitcoin and putting it in their treasury. Sip your coffees. We went from the U.S. to Japan to El Salvador. Now we're going over to Ireland. We have ex-UFC champ Conor McGregor that is touting that Ireland should have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. And this is because he is running for president. So I think that's also Very interesting. Go Connor. Kill the game, sir. UFC fighter turned Irish political hopeful Conor McGregor endorsed the idea of building a Bitcoin reserve in his country to give, quote, more power back to the people. He says crypto in its origin was founded to give power back to the people. An Irish Bitcoin strategic reserve will give power to the people's money. I'll be co-hosting a Twitter space to talk about what I see or what he wants to see change. He says victory to Ireland. He said... Well, he also went to go see Donnie T recently as well. And one of Donnie T's crypto advisors, David Bailey, reached out, to which McGregor responded, "David messaged me. Let's discuss your ideas." He announced his presidential aspirations late March, centering his campaign on anti-immigration policies and combating crime, but he still hasn't been nominated as a presidential candidate for the upcoming election. The next election is going to take place on November 11th of 2025, as the term of the current president, Michael D. Higgins, is set to end the day after. Establishing a Bitcoin reserve, let alone coming from a minor independent party, would be no easy feat. Look, I do believe at the end of the day, we would get a strategic Bitcoin reserve over in Ireland. I believe at this point it's going to be inevitable for every country. They're going to have no choice, as the future holds for each country to be ranked by the amount of Bitcoin they own and the amount of Bitcoin they mine. People don't believe me when I say it, but it's true. Even the Pentagon has said it at some point a few years ago. No one pays attention to that. Everyone has such short, darn memories. Right, Poe? Poe is here today. Let's put a little check mark for his attendance. Okay? We were talking pew-pews over on Friday's after show, Poe, and we were like, where's Poe? Where's Poe? Driftman, hello. He's listening from work. We have Dr. Kevin in the chat. We have Chipper. We got French. Hello, everyone. Hi. You guys are such splendid individuals. Splendid. Smash the like, subscribe, share. If we have 150 likes, I am going to give away 5 memberships. Over in Taiwan, a lawmaker is also calling for a Bitcoin reserve at their national conference. Oh, thank you for all the emojis over there. Thank you for all the gifts on TikTok. Taiwanese lawmaker Ko Ju-chun has called on the government to consider adding Bitcoin to its national reserve, suggesting it would serve as a hedge against global economic uncertainty. Ko, a legislator at large in Taiwan's legislative body, the Legislative Yuan, took on X on Friday to report he had advocated Bitcoin investment by the Taiwanese government at the national conference on May 9th. According to this tweet, he advocated for Bitcoin as part of a diversified reserve strategy at the national conference. He cited global risks and Bitcoin's hedge potential, and he urged Taiwan to consider it alongside gold and forex reserves to bolster financial resilience. Smart. And notice who he tagged. Notice who he tagged. Samson Mao and Samson Mao's company. I just want to give my flowers really quick to Samson Mao. He is a friend of the channel. We've had him on the Randi Hipper show. Bless his heart. We love Samson Mao. Samson Mao has been around for a very long time. He's very interested in boosting Bitcoin adoption. He was actually all the way back in the block wars where they were deciding, like, should they change Bitcoin's blocks. So him and actually Charlie Lee were advocating for keeping Bitcoin the way it is. And so I believe Samson Mao is a huge proponent of Bitcoin and saving this industry, pushing it to where it needs to go, especially among all these other countries. Samson has been everywhere. So I just want to give my flowers to Samson. I don't believe the space would be where it is without him. So hi, Samson. All the love to you. We love Samson Mao. Samson Mao is such a legend. Also, we're going to jump into Europe. We got the beautiful Gemini, shout out to Gemini, to launch their crypto derivatives in Europe with their new license. And getting a license in Europe, we know from the news on this channel, is very difficult. It has not been easy. Gemini, the latest tea with them. They have received regulatory approval to expand their crypto derivatives trading across Europe. They secured their Markets and Financial Instruments Directive 2, MFID 2 license from the Malta Financial Services Authority, or allowing the exchange to offer crypto derivatives in the European Union. And so Gemini's head of Europe, Mark Jennings, says once we commence business activities, we'll be able to offer regulated derivatives throughout the EU and EEA, the European Economic Area.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Jess Marshall. All the love to you. Thank you for the super over here. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. So there you go. It's a big milestone for Gemini, and so they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good. Any crypto exchanges getting approval, especially somewhere in like the EU where they're very controlling individuals, it's a step forward. It's a step forward for them and their business. Bitcoin adoption will never happen. Too slow and too expensive. Bitcoin adoption will happen, my friend. It will. Also because it's going to be the store of value. It is a currency, but it's also going to be a store of value. And probably a lot of people accepting Bitcoin will go through Lightning Network. Oh my gosh. I was somewhere yesterday with my friend yesterday morning. I was telling her about Steak and Shake. Just a little sidebar right now. I was telling her about Steak and Shake. I was like, yeah, do you know Steak and Shake? They're going to accept Bitcoin starting on the 16th next week. She's like, no way. That's crazy. And I was like, yeah, like it's going to be so great. And then this guy turns around. We were in a line. He turns around and he goes, well, would I spend my Bitcoin on a burger right now? And I was like, I can't believe I'm having this conversation. I loved it. And I said, listen, you got to use Bitcoin as a currency. And if you use it to buy a burger, why not? You got to boost adoption somehow. And he was like, yeah, you know what? You're really right about that. He's like, but I want to hodl my Bitcoin. And I absolutely died. I thought that was absolutely awesome. But I said, but would you want to spend Bitcoin just to like see and like feel the vibe of spending digital currency? He's like, absolutely, I would. So it was just a really interesting conversation that I had randomly. Someone was eavesdropping on me. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Love when someone turns around and was like smacking me in the face with some Bitcoin. I just always really enjoy that in public. So shout out to that random dude I talked to for a total of 2 minutes. Also, we're going to talk about Germany. Crypto custodian BitGo secured their MiCA license over in Germany as well. So Goldman Sachs is actually backing BitGo, and their latest securing of their regulatory approval to operate across the EU, Germany's financial regulator, the Federal Financial Supervisory Authority, BaFin, granted BitGo Europe a markets in crypto assets regulation, a MiCA license, to provide digital asset services in the EU. It will offer services to crypto native firms and TradFi institutions, including banks and asset managers within the EU. Again, banks are getting in, institutions are getting in. It is what it is. We can't stop them. We can't give them permission, but there's not a lot of crypto to go around no more, so we better be picking that up if, it fits your budget and it fits your financial plans. Don't invest more than you could afford to lose. Not financial advice. But there's only around 2 million Bitcoin tied to centralized exchanges right now, and that's not enough. It ain't. But I'll still use some Bitcoin to buy my burger at Steak and Shake. Shout out to Steak and Shake. I've been really craving a chocolate milkshake or maybe an Oreo one. Actually, the birthday cake one really hit. I didn't expect it, but the birthday cake one was, it was fire. I'm a big fan. Big fan. I also love their beef tallow fries. We love beef tallow. Beef tallow for the win. Shout out to JFK. Not JFK, RFK. And JFK too. Bless his heart. But RFK is such a legend. Love RFK. What a sweet man. What a sweet man. I remember when I met him. It was such a beautiful moment. Okay, guys, 21 more likes until we hit 100. I think we're lacking this morning. We're lacking just a tiny bit. Oh, shoot. Guys, if we hit 150 likes, I'm also giving away a ticket to Bitcoin conference. What you're going to need to do is put your X username in the live chat. And when I DM you on X, you have to give me your email because I'm going to give you a code to enter on the Bitcoin conference website. But also, your email needs to be assigned. It's like this whole thing. Raul did get his Bitcoin conference ticket, so shout out to Raul for winning last week. But you have to give me your X username in the chat, and then from there in the DMs, I will get your email address so I can get your Bitcoin conference ticket sent to you. No, RFK is a good dude. RFK is a good dude. I believe in him doing some good things for us. I really do. Okay, let's do this thing. We're also going to jump back to the United States because Meta is mulling some stablecoin activity, and Liz Warren is not for it because she wants to have a big blockade against big tech stablecoins. Put fire emoji, Liz Warren emojis, because this woman is so corrupt. It's actually ridiculous. And why doesn't she want big tech to have it? One, meh. And two, because she wants her bestie, Jamie Dimon, to take over the world. That's what she wants. Isn't that right, Lizzie? Isn't that right, Lizzie? So Meta has reportedly been looking into the possibility of a return to the stablecoin market after they had an epic fail of Libra in the past. A high-stakes crypto bill to set up U.S. rules for stablecoins such as Tether's USDT and Circle's USDC was virtually sailing throughout the Senate until Dems rode against it. SMH. They halted the bill's progress, so the Genius Act needs to change to prevent large corporations from issuing their own money, according to Liz Warren. And she said the Senate must fix the Genius Act so it prohibits big tech and other commercial giants from owning and affiliating with stablecoin companies. Now, this is just ridiculous because Liz Warren is just only for her own agendas. And I literally have such a dislike for politicians that are supposed to serve our country, serve our people, but do the opposite because all they serve is their pockets and their own agendas. So I'm going to digress on that because Liz Warren just frustrates me to my darn core. Shout out to Charles M. joining the Zesty fam. Yeah. What's the best Bitcoin wallet for using Lightning Network? It's a good question. There's a few. Where's my list? I don't have the list here. There's a few that actually got banned in the United States like I was using a few years ago. I could get back to you on that. There's a few of them that I enjoy, but I just want to make sure that they're self-custodial because a lot of them aren't, surprisingly, which I find a little bit odd. But I'll work on that for you. I'll work on that. Maybe in the after show, I could look into it for you if you join the after show. Coinbase, guys. Coinbase. Apparently, they're exposing 10,000 plus pages of hidden crypto oversight files again. Apparently, when it came to Operation Chokepoint 2.0, multiple agencies, federal agencies, were deleting and shredding up the evidence, literally shredding up the evidence to not get caught. And of course they will, and whoever gets caught should go to jail for destroying evidence. So Coinbase is sharing all the docs that they received in their ongoing FOIA campaigns with various government regulators, including 10,000 plus pages of previously unpublished documents. Government transparency shouldn't be a privilege. And so this includes the SEC and the FDIC, and they're now accessible via Coinbase's FOIA reading room. And so this is just ridiculous. So apparently a third-party FOIA expert filed at Coinbase's discretion said, Coinbase has used the Freedom of Information Act to uncover regulatory actions targeting the crypto industry behind closed doors. This webpage includes the documents Coinbase received from agencies in response to these requests, which History Associates Inc., again, that third-party expert, said. This also includes internal emails. Let me zoom in on this really quick. It includes internal emails and legal correspondence, including a 2019 SEC email acknowledging a crypto regulatory gap, contradicting later public denials, and this is right before Gary Gensler got in there. So I think that's very interesting. Other highlights include a 2023 communication from the NYAG's office urging the SEC to file an amicus brief in a KuCoin case labeling ETH as a security, a request from the SEC that they did not act on, One email even shows that the SEC staff were unable to access a video submission from Coinbase due to IT limitations, which I think is absolutely lame. You're telling me you're a whole government agency with billions of dollars at your discretion and you can't open a video? Like, that is blasphemy. That's so ridiculous. That is so weak. IT limitations. You don't got a media player on your laptop, dude? Like, it's ridiculous. Oh, I actually can't. That is so wild. I actually have no words for that one. I got nothing. It's just, this is why Doge. Put Elon emojis in the chat. This is why Doge. You have an IT limitation. You can't open a video. Makes me laugh. Thank you, Dutch Bros, for such good coffee this morning. I think I discovered this last week. I'm actually a fan of iced lattes. And I want to know if you guys are fans of Donnie T's family being involved in crypto and profiting quite largely. Put Donnie T emojis. We have the Trump family linked firms that profited over $320 million from the meme coins, despite that 87% drop. Donnie T has come a long way since he said the value of crypto was based on thin air back in 2019, so much so that he's now foraying into meme coins, DeFi, NFTs, and even stablecoins. A new report by the State Democracy Defenders Fund estimates that Trump's family has increased their net worth by $2.9 billion thanks to crypto, and that 40% of that net worth is being held in crypto assets. His deepening ties to the industry have reverberated across the political landscape to the point that a broadly bipartisan stablecoin bill failed in a key vote on Thursday after Dems expressed concerns about the extent to which he is profiting off the sector. Again, innovation in one hand, ethics on the other. Has nothing to do with each other. Push the industry forward and you address the ethics another day. Ridiculous. So I just think that is so darn lame. It's really so lame. But I'm just throwing this out here because I felt like you guys had to know what was going on. Maybe you disagree. Also, I got destroyed by mosquitoes. I'm just letting you guys know. Like, these mosquitoes are out here and playing around. It's also because it's mad humid and raining. Anyway, this is a question I wanted to ask you guys as we go into our spotlight today about the trade deal. I have an inquiry. Guys, put your city or your state next to the price that your gas is. What's the price of gas near you guys? Around here, it's around, I saw like 289, I think this morning, 287 when I was out. Guys, what's the price of gas near you? Put your state and put your gas price. Hello, JC. Hello, welcome. Also, guys, let's subscribe to the channel. All right, we're diving into our spotlight, which is the U.S. and, hold on,
China.
Deal. Let's do it. Spotlight starts now. The U.S. cut tariffs on Chinese goods to 30%. From that 145, and I believe China's going to do 10% tariffs on the U.S. And so the U.S. reached a trade agreement with
China.
After 2 days of high-level negotiations in Geneva with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trade Representatives Jameson Greer announcing this on Sunday, both countries agreed to a temporary reduction in tariffs, with the U.S. cutting tariffs on Chinese goods from 145 to 30% for 90 days. In a reciprocal move, China also lowered tariffs on U.S. goods from 125 to 10% over the same duration. This announcement triggered a surge in Bitcoin price. Again, we hit that 105. And so this is pretty interesting that they agreed to do this for 90 days, but I think that hopefully something decent comes out of this at the end of the day, because these trade wars are just, we're so over them at this point. We're so over them, aren't we? But at the end of the day, the U.S., we deserve to make that money, man. We need to make our bread back. We need to make America wealthy again. $4.50 in Washington. Stop. Stop it. 267 in Dallas. 320 where, Mr. Auto? Gas prices at federal and state taxes were applicable. True. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. 489. 489? Stop it. Like, actually stop. 299 in Indiana. Not bad. Okay. 305 for you. 238 in Texas. Wow. Texas got cheap gas. Rob got 250. Wow. Okay. 239 in Houston. Yeah, it seems like Texas got the gas. 450 in Canada. That is. Auto said Illinois. What was yours again? Auto. What was yours? Hold on. I'm going back. I'm scrolling. Where's my auto? 320 in Illinois. Wow. Yeah, I saw 289. I saw 290 this morning. 330 in Phoenix. Oh, shoot. Wow. Okay. All right. I see you. Thank you for telling me, because I was actually really curious. I was thinking about that this morning. Anyway, we're going to get into our coins to watch, gainers, losers. Let's do it. Woohoo! Dog with hat up 33%, leading the gainers. Caspa up 16%. Over that 11.5 cents that we were talking about. Floki up 15.5%. Form up 14%. And XRP up 10.5%. Losers today. DexC down 4.2%. Then we have gold and everything, and we don't really have many losers in the past 24 hours, so that's pretty much it, which we do like to see. It says that we're actually in the greed level for the fear and greed index, but I don't think this is real greed yet. I'll tell you guys right now, this isn't peak greed. It's not peak greed. We've seen a lot worse than this, so I feel like that's a little inaccurate. I feel like it's just slightly inaccurate. Let's jump into the ETH chart. Oh, oopsie. About 25.50 here, up 1.36%. We're looking to target that 26.60. That's really what we want to see. Touch that 200-day SMA over at 2,700, and then the level, which I hate talking about, which is 2,770. Massive amounts of selling pressure at that level, so just keep an eye out there. Bearish to watch is at 23.50. We have a red dot printed. VWAP about to slide below that zero line. And the money flow still increasing, highest it's been since the beginning of January. We are massively overbought on this RSI too, which again could increase the likelihood of that incoming downtrend. I did mention the after show. We are going to have an after show. We're almost there, guys, so please make sure you join the Discord. If you take financial advice from TikTok, oh, this isn't financial advice, my friend Patrick. This is not financial advice. I just talk about levels on the chart. Thank you for joining us, Patrick. 299 in Jersey. That's actually really not bad for Jersey. It's not. I guess it depends on, like, if you're in the burbs of Jersey, though, because, yeah, that's not too bad, depending on where you're at. Because you could, like, Jersey, it's like you could be in, like, a city type, or you could be in the middle of nowhere. Right, Danny? All right, let's take a look at Litecoin. $102 Litecoin. Oh my gosh, I love $100 Litecoin. We're up 1.84%. Guys, do not forget, I will be moderating a panel at Litecoin Summit May 30th. Let's do it. We are battling this 200-day SMA that's sitting at $99.47. We want to make sure we maintain our zest. We want to create support at $100 and stay above it. Bullish level to watch is 106. Bearish level to watch is rejecting the 200-day SMA. Look at $97 Litecoin. VWAP is down below that zero line at the moment. Red dot is printed. Money flow is slightly in the green. And we do have a retrace off of that overbought RSI. So still doing really good. Still doing really good, Litecoin. I'm here for it. Doge looking so fantastic. Why are all my lines so short today? Darn. Charts are getting ahead of me here. Guys, Doge is 23 cents, 0.2376 cents at the moment, 2.5% in the green. We really want to target that 0.266 cents for, again, right over 26.5 cents for that 200-day SMA. Hold support over here at 23.5, bullishly If we pass the 200-day SMA, I want to look at 28, 29 cent Doge. We don't even have a red dot printed for Dogecoin. We're pamping for Doge today. XRP, since a lot of you guys like to talk about it, put that XRP emoji in the chat. $2.56 at the moment. I forgot I'm not sharing my screen right now. Up 8.53%. 275 is your golden zone there. We want to hold support. Target that 340. Bearish level to watch is that 200-day SMA at 212. And if we reject it, we're looking at 183. Crazy. Crazy. Do I have cowboy boots? Of course. I wore them in Nashville, actually. They were a hit. They were a hit down there. Black Hat, third on the editor's picks page on a Rumble. Word. Let's go check out Rumble. We love Rumble. Guys, do you guys love Rumble? I think I love Rumble. I'm in love with Rumble. Hold on. Editor's picks. Look at that. We're number 3. We're right next to the White House. Guys, look. We're right next to Donnie T at the freaking White House. I might have to take a screenshot of that. I got to take a screenshot. That's actually amusing to me. Editor's picks. Oh, hold on. I got to redo that. Editor's picks on Rumble. We're right next to the White House. That's way too good. That is actually way too good. I'm so amused by that. Shout out to Rumble, man, and the White House. That is so wild. That's actually just ridiculous. I want to say hi to my Rumblers, though. Do we have any people on Rumble? We have Orion. Good morning. Nice to see ya. All right, guys. Wow, this is crazy. We're right next to the White House on Rumble. Shout out to Rumble. I have a lot of love for them. Rumble is doing some big things. Moving on up, Randy. Thanks, Poe. Well, listen, guys. I'm so bullish. Right, Nick FLP? Gas in California is near $5. What the? That is ridiculous. That's wild. I'll tell you that right now. That is crazy. Guys, I'm so bullish. Rumble's fantastic. I agree, man. Like, I absolutely agree. I think Rumble is the future of media. I know that's not what YouTube wants to hear right now, but it's true. I really do love Rumble. I love their ethics. I love that they're a fan of freedom, and I'm also a big proponent of the freedom movement. They love Bitcoin. They like stables. They're going to have a whole creator wallet, and so bullish. So darn bullish on Rumble. Shout out to Rumble, and shout out to everybody that is for freedom and Bitcoin and enhancing your inalienable human rights of life, liberty, and property. Guys, this is all I have for you guys today. So please, if you haven't yet, please smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends. If you are a member, if you are not a member, that's okay, because Mondays are for everybody. Go to the Discord. The link is on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/missteencrypto. Follow, subscribe. Go on Rumble, follow and subscribe. Go on X and subscribe and follow. And then go over to Discord. We're going to be talking in there for the next 10 minutes. And I'm excited. I'm so excited. Have a beautiful day. Like, subscribe, and share. Happy Monday. I will talk to you guys later and in Discord right now. Have a beautiful day. As always, stay zesty. Let's get after it this week. Mwah. Peace.